Good afternoon, my friends. Hope everybody's having a great day. So, today we're going to be doing some things with Mr. Heater, little buddy here. So, my issue with the small buddy, now, this is a great heater, but there's a couple of things I do not like about it. One, it will only accept the 1 pound bottle as it comes. And it comes with this little base here. But my issue is it's really not as stable as I would like. And I have had in the past, especially as this bottle starts getting cold from use, where it has let go from the base and just fell over. Now, this thing has tip over safety shut off. The issue is this part of this heater is smoking hot. And if it hits carpet, if it hits laminate, linoleum, anything other than tile or concrete, it's going to do at least leave burn marks in it. So I do not like that. Also, the 1 pound bottle, it only lasts for a few hours. I don't know how exact. I think it's like around 4 hours. And I don't use this in a deer stand. I use this as emergency backup in my house. Like this weekend, I'm getting ready for a really nasty front that's going to be coming through. In 4 hours isn't going to cut it. And I've refilled these bottles. I've only been able to get about half full, which is 2 hours. Absolutely worthless. I want to put this whole thing on a 20-pound propane tank and let it run for 60 hours. That is my goal. So, in order to do that, I've got some things. Now, I didn't discover this on my own. I actually went on YouTube University, aka just YouTube, and I saw a little hack for this, and I'm going to try it out. First thing you're going to need is, like for the older, cheaper electric ovens, they've got these drip pans. You're going to need one of those. You're also going to need a propane filter. Now, the Buddy Heater or the Buddy Heater hoses, or the Mr. Heater hoses, everybody calls it a Buddy Heater, but it's a Mr. Heater. Unless you're using one of those hoses, little particulates can come out in a regular propane hose, and it will just really mess up your heater. It'll quit working eventually, and it's basically trash at that point. You're going to need a couple of zip ties, because life's not good without zip ties. You're going to need, I've got 3 metal screws here and 3 wood screws. I've got a hole saw because this filter will not fit in this hole. So I've got a hole saw that I've never used before, and it was made about 30 years before I was born, and it's probably about as sharp as your grandmother's steak knife. You're going to need some drill bits or a drill bit. You're going to need the cheapest, at least the cheapest drill made. And I have taken the opportunity already, and I cut me 3 2x4s in 10.5-inch segments. So the first thing I'm going to do is probably start modifying on this. And the first thing I really need to do is cut this hole bigger. So I'm going to use my pieces here just so I don't go into my table and ruin my tarp. We're going to set that there. And we need to get this on our drill. Put that right there. It looks decent. Oh my goodness, that's what I was afraid I was going to walk. All right. We're going to try this a different way. Boy, I sure hate to saw into my brand new piece of wood, but it will not go all the way through. So we don't care. We're doing it. Is that doing anything to it? Not much. There's nothing like doing these projects for the first time. Are we going to do something different here? It's going crooked, really, really crooked. I don't like that. Let's get out of the chair. We're going to put some oof to May behind it here. All right. Plan B. 10 snips. And it cuts through it like warm butter. We're just going to cut these in little segments here. We're going to do some measurements here. We're going to go ahead and take our filter out. Brand new filter. It goes in this way. And that's going to be okay. Got me some Klein pliers here. We're going to take each one of these segments and we're going to start bending them. We're going to bend them out and we're going to wrap them all the way around. That way we kind of eliminate any sharp edges, I hope. The nice thing is this won't be exposed. So even though we're not going for a beauty pageant, it won't be, oh, look at there. Look at there. Let's take this apart. We're going to set that to the side because we're done with that forever. You can save that to make it good for plugging vacuum lines. Oh. Let's try this. That is going to work like that. That's going to be fine. What we're going to do before we go any further is these things they're basically razor blades at this point. We're going to have to, let's get this out of the way. We're going to need to bend them all the way back. That way we don't cut ourselves to shreds. So that's what we ended up with. Okay, the next thing we're going to need to do is we are going to have to drill a couple of holes in this. And we're going to have to put a couple of attachment points in here. This poor old piece of 2x4 is taking a beating. All right, is what we're going to do at this point is we're going to attach this base. Now, to feed these through is going to be a little tricky because it's going to need to come back to us. So we're going to kind of kink these the best we can, maybe even in a couple of spots where we can thread this through the bottom of the buddy heater. Oh, that's going to be great. Now the trick is we want to make sure this hole is facing the back of our buddy heater. Well, I'll show you when I kind of get there. It's coming along. Well, just happen to have some cutters here. Just like that. And now we have a base. Already way more stable than it started out to be. Incredibly stable. But we're not done because we have to add this. And when we add this, the hose is not going to fit in here correctly. And pretty much this filter is going to stay here permanently. So here comes where our blocks come into play. But the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and attach our blocks to each other in probably about that fashion. Yep. But this wood is very dry. I'm going to go ahead and pre-drill this and put some pilot holes in it. We don't want to split our wood, but this bit is a little bit aggressive for that. Get out of the way. We're going to put our pilot hole right through here. And then we're going to get one screw going here. I hate Phillips screws with a passion. That's the reason why I use them for these little janky projects like this. Because they are just terrible. Terrible. All right, there we are. We got that. And this is going to go on here. everything is even Steven. We're going to go through right here. And we're going to do this one. I'll tell you one thing. That sucker will never flip over. All right. We need our hose. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. I decided to do a little cleanup. My table was just starting to get a little out of control. So to hook this up, this is a buddy hose. We're going to feed it through this hole. You don't have to. Actually, we'll see how it goes. I'd rather feed it through the hole because we have to see if I can show this to you actually while I'm doing it. We have to bend this around. And we're going to screw that into our filter. This job would be a whole lot easier if I could see what I was doing. Just, okay. Out of the chair. Oh, we're doing okay. We're going to put the other end on our tank. A lot of these are backwards threads on these tanks. So if you're sitting there wondering why you can't get the thing connected, it's reverse thread. And we're going to pause right there because somebody's showing up in my yard. Okay, where was I? Oh, we're hooking up this. That should be tight. We're going to power this up. And you have to hold this thing for about 30 seconds. All right, it's lit. We'll let it get started. This thing takes a few minutes to get rolling. There we have it, folks. We now have a heater that is extremely stable. You would literally have to drop kick this in order to flip it over. And if you do, it will go out. These things are safe to burn indoors. They do have an oxygen sensor on them as well. If the oxygen gets too low, they'll cut off. But these things put out an extraordinarily amount of heat. And now the thing will run for literally days off of a propane tank. No more 1 pound tanks. This makes me happy. So there we are. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's a little chaotic, but when I do stuff, it is chaotic. I learn as I go. And I'm not tearing it all back over to film it perfectly the first time. We just have to wade through just like everybody else. So anyway, my friends, I hope y'all have a great day and stay warm out there. We'll talk to you later.